a new hobby. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. So glad you're here, watching my channel. You know Phantom, keep it cozy like a flannel. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Thank you for coming, look at the time. The ghost of tabletop, future going live. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Everybody, 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 everybody. Like board game, like board game. If you like board game, if you like board games, you're invited. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Who could blame you if you find a new hobby? The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. So glad you're here, watching my channel. You know Phantom, keep it cozy like a flannel. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Thank you for coming, look at the time. The ghost of tabletop, future going live. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Everybody, 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 everybody. Like board game, like board game. If you like board game, if you like board games, you're invited. Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Who could blame you if you find a new hobby? The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. So glad you're here, watching my channel. You know Phantom, keep it cozy like a flannel. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Thank you for coming, look at the time. The ghost of tabletop, future going live. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Everybody, 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 everybody. Like board game, like board game. If you like board game, if you like board games, you're invited. Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Who could blame you if you find a new hobby? The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. So glad you're here, watching my channel. You know Phantom, keep it cozy like a flannel. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Thank you for coming, look at the time. The ghost of tabletop, future going live. The Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple, the Phantom Meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Everybody, 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 everybody. phantom, keep it cozy like a flannel. The phantom meeple, the phantom meeple, the phantom meeple, the phantom meeple. Thank you for coming, look at the time. The ghost of table time, future going live. The phantom meeple, the phantom meeple, the phantom meeple, the phantom meeple. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Everybody, 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 everybody. Like board game, like board game.
Back to the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Joe, aka Phantom Meeple, as always, and with me is my lovely partner, the Baker Meeple.
Hello.
Welcome in, Raiders. It is TLN weekend. Of course, all the TLN hype in chat. Thank you, Dutch Ryoda, for that raid. Welcome in, everybody. Amanda Panda, Tokerkey, Arc Lightning Canuck. Also, thank you to Ace Penguin Herder for her raid just a few minutes ago earlier. Board Game Feast, hello. Yeah, I am super excited for today because I have been excited about Votes for Women by Fort Circle Games ever since they announced it, like last year.
Long time.
And they were super kind enough. They reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, do you wanna play and review this game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." Like
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not a big a history buff as you are, but I mean, I'm totally up for playing a game, and this one sounded super interesting, so they were super kind enough to send a review copy, so big thanks to Fort Circle Games for sending us this, and I told them I'd save it for a good time, A, during March, which is Women's History Month, obviously, and B, what better place than to share this amazing game with you all on TLN.
Yay.
So, thank you all for being here. It's going to be a good one today.
Yes.
Let's see a couple more hellos. There's Dutch Yoda. Hello, Hornist. Welcome in. Yeah, all the fun friends in chat today.
I like money.
You keep giving me your money, and I so appreciate it.
I do. You know, I figure it pays the bills or something.
Or something. And by paying the bills, it's like beer money every month, which is great.
And by paying the bills, I mean it buys me dinner.
That's true. It gets you dinner
you
on occasion, which is amazing. But anyway, thank you for that. Yeah. So without any further ado, I think we'll get right to the game because I'm super excited to play this. You're super excited to play this because you being a woman yourself.
Yep.
I mean, I guess we could say that.
Ish.
I mean, what are before we even play, like what are your thoughts on like making the suffragist movement into a game?
Okay, so first off, like, kudos. We played it yesterday to learn it, and it is so good. Yay!
Oh, thank you, Sir Willem. 100 biddies. Thank you. Happy TLN. Yes, happy TLN right back to you.
Yes. And like I went to bed. I want you to know I didn't tell you this, but I went to bed last night trying to think of my strategy because it is so much work. And I'm like, dang, y'all, like. And then like in my head was that the lady from Mary Poppins who has the suffragist thing, and she's like, although
Mrs. Banks.
Yeah, no, the friend.
The friend. Which
I think
friend?
it's the friend, the blind, or is that Mrs. Banks?
No, Mrs. Banks was leading the suffragette. Yeah. Well, in Britain, it was the suffragette movement. Yeah. In the U.S., it's suffragist. Big difference.
Where she's like, although we adore men individually, as a group, we agree they're rather stupid, or something along those lines. That is what I felt.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Yay. Much appreciated. Thank you.
That is what I like thought the entire night, like trying to figure out my strategy for today was just her in my head because, although we adore men individually, as a group, we agree they're rather stupid.
That was the thought in your mind.
Yes, like that was the background noise because my ADHD was in full effect.
Oh, that is too
hysterical. So it was that in the background as me going, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I got to fight the patriarchy. But
the irony of that.
We'll
get to that.
Yes, but
anyway, your thoughts on this being a game?
I love it. I think that they thematically, like, it fits. It's a lot of work, and I love it.
And hi, Eva Little. Welcome in.
Yeah. I just love it.
All right. So, like I said, without any further ado, let's get to the table, learn the game, and knack out a play, shall we?
Yes.
All right. So, before we begin, we have a new sound redemption on our channel, which this was completely 100% Abby's idea, and it is the best idea ever.
Yeah.
So, on occasion, we make mistakes. It happens.
Yeah.
Or somebody will ban a word and we'll mess it up. So, with Abby and I being the hockey fans that we are. Oh, thank you, Jess, for the biddies. Yay, lurking and sharing biddies. We appreciate it. So, Abby and I being the hockey fans that we are, if you're familiar with the NHL, there's this amazing referee by the name of Wes McCauley. He's like the hockey equivalent of football's Ed Hockey League. Like, he's just dramatic with his calls, super funny, super personal, and we love Wes McCauley.
Yeah.
So we were watching some random hockey videos last night, and there's this one YouTube clip that we found, and he literally like screams over the PA, "You can't do that."
Yes.
So if we screw something up,
You can't do that.
call us on it.
Just call us on it.
And we'll rectify the situation.
Yeah.
That's not going to get abused. But we thought it would be funny.
I love it. I plan on using it.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to use it. You're sitting right here.
I plan on like just loading it up and having it like ready so I can just go, yep.
Yeah. We're getting another raid. Swoop,
Oh,
welcome
yay.
in, Swoop. Thank you so much for the raid, friend. We are here for TLN. We're just about to kick off Votes for Women from Fort Circle Games. We're going to go through a quick run through of the rules, what we're trying to do, and the object of the game.
Yeah.
Swoop is a fellow streamer, a video game streamer. So if you're not following him, definitely check Swoop out. Super, super funny guy. All right.
Ace Fan Hunter. I have 17,000.
Of course you would. You would totally do that.
You know, it's funny because I legit was like, I have 130 something.
Wait, is it Echo? Is it
Echo.
Echo?
Oh no.
Oh. Why do I have a mic on this screen? Hold on. I got it. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Echo should be gone now.
Is it gone? Is it gone? After the alert. Is it still there?
No, yeah. Is the echo still there? It should be gone. Okay.
Gone. Yay.
Yeah, I don't know why this scene had like a double microphone source. But anyway, thank you for letting me know that. Okay. So, not too much flavor text to this game.
Nope.
But we always go through it anyway. So, here we go. So, starting with a quote from the 19th Amendment of the US Constitution. The rights of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on an account of sex. Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. So, Votes for Women is an asymmetrical two-sided game that revolves around the battle to ratify or reject the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. The suffragist side, which will be played by Abby today for obvious reasons. Because we actually talked about this. It's like, would it be weird if you played the opposition?
Yeah.
So,
I was like, I'm not doing that. No, ma'am. No.
Yeah. So the suffragist side will push Congress to propose the 19th Amendment and campaign to have 36 states ratify the amendment. The opposition side, played by me, of course, will try to prevent Congress from proposing the amendment, or failing that, have 13 states reject the amendment. So, Abby's whole goal in life is to pass the 19th Amendment and have it ratified, and my whole goal as the opposition is to not make that happen. So, as we like to say here, this is not Joe and Abby's best friend race.
Oh,
you
no.
are going down.
You know, that is so sexist.
It's not sexist. It's a board game. Oh my goodness. All right. So to set up, we have our board set up. I've got my opposition deck and my pieces here. Abby has her pieces here. First thing we're going to do is we have a state deck of cards here that we're going to shuffle up there, and we're going to deal out 9 of them. So state cards are going to be one-time powers throughout the game that if either side claims them, can use to turn the tides in their favor. So these are really, really good to get. Abby's also shuffling the strategy cards, which during the strategy phase of a turn are also one-time use cards that can turn the tides. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen in this game, and if you play your cards right, pun not intended, a lot of good things will happen. All right, so let's go ahead and deal out 9 of these. So we've got Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Montana, Virginia, Texas, New York, Ohio, Utah, and California. All right, so the rest of the state cards are going to go in the box unseen. And once you're satisfied shuffling the strategy cards, we're going to deal out 3 of them. And we will get to what the strategy cards do in a moment. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to shuffle our respective decks. Each deck has a start card. So we take the start card out of the deck. So in my case, the opposition starts with the Patriarchy, funny enough. And then Abby's side is going to start with the Seneca Falls Convention. Then each of our decks are separated. I got it zoomed in on you. Are separated into 3 different parts. We have the early movement of the early suffragist movement, the middle suffragist movement, and the late suffragist movement. So we're going to take each of those 3 parts of the decks. We're going to shuffle them separately and make our total draw deck. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. I will say, just early on, learning this game yesterday, this game gives me a lot of 1960 Making the President vibes.
Oh, for sure.
So I think I might have seen it somewhere on the web somewhere that the designer of the game, Tory Brown, said that she took a lot of influence from that game, and it definitely shows.
If you like either one of them, you'll like the other one. Almost guaranteed.
Yep, and of course there I go, and I can't shuffle. Okay, so there's my early shuffle. Where's my middle? There's my middle. Make sure I stack the deck so I can win.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna have to put my cards like how I want them.
Or at least try to.
Make sure I get the good stuff.
All right, so that's late. That's middle. That's early. All right, so now that we have our deck shuffled, we also have the suffragist buttons for the opposition and the suffragist movement here. This is going to be considered currency. This is going to be our supply. Normally, you can keep them off the board, but for camera purposes, we've just had them on blank spots of the board, so they're easily seen. Our turn marker is going to be set to round 1. So the game is going to last 6 turns, and a turn is just another word for round in this case. Now that we've set up the game, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our start card into our hands, and then we're going to draw up to 7 cards. And we're going to play cards back and forth until we each have 1 card remaining in our hand, which is going to carry over to the next turn. So in kind enough fashion, the suffragist movement goes first because, ladies first, it's kind. What do we do on a turn? So the sequence of a turn goes in 4 phases. The first thing is going to be the planning phase, where with the 1 card you have remaining in your hand, or in case the start card, you're going to draw up to 7 cards in your hand. Then, normally, you'd have a strategy phase, but in round 1, that's going to be skipped, because we don't have any buttons to do that, but we'll explain it anyway. So the strategy phase, as we said before, we put out 3 cards from the strategy deck. With the amount of buttons that we have, Abby, as a suffragist, is going to bid a certain number of buttons to buy one of these strategy cards. Me, as the opposition, I have the option of deferring her bid, meaning she'll spend her buttons, get 1 strategy card that she wants to use it on a later turn. I can... what is it?
Meet or exceed.
Hold on. It's a specific term. Oh, I can match your bid, meaning neither one of us gets a strategy card, or I can supersede you. Mm-hmm. To supersede, I have to outbid you by 1 button.
Yep.
If I supersede you, then I get a strategy card to use on a later turn. But I said the strategy phase does not happen in round 1. Then we go into the operations phase. Starting with the suffragist, she's going to play 1 card out of her hand, and cards can be used for 4 different things. Can you filibuster for weeks?
Well, we only have 2 hours.
Yeah, we only have 2 hours, so we're definitely not going to be filibustering, but I'm sure going to try.
Yep.
At least the actions in this game, it seems like I'm filibustering, trying to prevent you from, meeting your goals. So I guess that would be a filibuster in a way. So the operations phase. So if you want to put one of your cards out so I can zoom in on it and I'll explain what they do. So let's say on a turn, Abby decides to play this Women's to the Pole cards. One of the 4 things she can do is play it for the event. So if you play it for the event, you read the card out loud and you do what it says. In this case, she's going to add cubes, either yellow or purple. In this case, for the suffragists, they are exactly the same because it signifies that there were multiple different organizations campaigning for the suffragist movement. So in the case of her cubes, they are exactly the same. Okay. Then she's going to add 2 cubes in the states that it's shown. Cubes on the board is going to be the way Abby is going to campaign for the suffragist movement for them to vote in her favor for the 19th Amendment.
Yep.
So getting cubes on the board is good. All right. Another thing she could do with her card is she could use it as a campaign action. Campaign actions are you come out to the board, and depending on how many campaigners you have out on the board, you are going to roll dice and get more cubes out in the region where you're campaigning. So, for example, I'm going to put a couple of her supporters out here in the Northeast. So, first, you count up how many campaigners you have on the board, and you're going to roll one 12-sided die for each of them. The 12-sided dice have numbers 1 through 4 equally distributed amongst them. She'll roll the dice and assign each die to one of her campaigners. If she doesn't like the roll, she can spend one of her buttons, if she has one, to re-roll both dice. Once she's satisfied with the roll, she's going to put that many cubes of that color out on the board in any of the states in that region as she chooses. Okay? Or she could spend a button and send a campaigner to a completely different region. So let's say she spends a button, moves from the Northeast, sends this campaigner out to the Plains, then that die would go with, and she could put those cubes out in the Plain states as she sees fit. So that is a campaigning action. The next thing you could do with a card is you could do an organization action. What that is you simply play the card, and no matter how many, depending on how many campaigners you have out on the board, that's how many buttons she's going to get in her supply. And hello, Quaid Ring.
Hey.
Welcome in, friend. And then the last thing you could do with a card is a lobby action. So lobbying Congress is one of Abby's victory conditions to win the game. So we'll come down here to Congress, and for a lobbying action, she's going to roll a red 6-sided die. And then for, hold on, is it per campaigner? Oh yeah, it's per campaigner. So she's got 2 campaigners out on the board. And for every 6 she rolls, she can place one of these Congress markers into Congress, and this is her lobbying to ratify the 19th Amendment. Okay? In turn, if I were to do a lobbying action, I'm going to be removing these markers from Congress. Okay? So those are the 4 things you can do with cards. You can do the event, you can campaign, you can organize, or you can lobby. All right? Now, getting back to the victory conditions of the game. What are we trying to do here? I, of course, am trying to stop her from ratifying the 19th Amendment, and she is trying to get it for it. So, throughout the game, if she ever gets all 6 of these markers in Congress, Congress has passed the 19th Amendment, and she sends it, and they send it to the states to ratify it. Now, how do we do that? So, for example, let's say she's got a bunch of cubes out on the board, and we're going to go with Michigan because it's closest, and that's what I chose, and that's where you're from.
And that's my home state.
it's like I planned that or something.
Yeah.
So let's say she's got 4 cubes in Michigan, and let's say I've got 4 of my cubes in Illinois. Once the 19th Amendment has been sent to the states, we're immediately going to check every state on the board to see whether they have voted to ratify or reject the 19th Amendment. If she's got 4 or more cubes in a state, those cubes come off the board, and it gets replaced with a check mark. Michigan has decided to ratify the 19th Amendment. Or in my case, Illinois has 4 of my cubes. They have decided to reject the 19th Amendment. If at any point all 36 of her check marks are out on the board, meaning 2/3 of the states have chosen to ratify the 19th Amendment, the game automatically ends and the suffragist movement has won. However, if 13 of my X markers are out on the board, less than one or more than 1/3 has decided to reject the amendment, and I win.
Yep.
Okay. Another way I can win is if at the end of the 6th round, if Congress has not sent the 19th Amendment to the states, that is an opposition win. Mm-hmm. And then there's one more victory condition. If at the end of the 6th round, if Congress has sent the 19th Amendment to the states, but we don't have the votes for it, we're going to go to a final voting phase,
Sudden death.
which is basically sudden death. So in that case, we're going to roll dice. I believe they're 6-sided dice.
I think so.
Let me make sure, because I actually didn't look at the final voting. Yeah, each player rolls a 6-sided die, and you may spend buttons to re-roll them. And then we're going to add that roll to whatever cubes we have in the state, and whichever side wins is going to get the state. And at that point, it's either going to be a suffragist or an opposition win.
Yep.
And that is Votes for Women. Real simple.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a fan of war games at all, this definitely has the war game feel. Like I said, this is very 1960s making of the president. So it's, I think, a little bit simpler than that, but it's the feeling and the theme are there.
Yeah.
And then one final thing is certain cards that get played are going to have effects. So some cards might have effects for the rest of the turn, or in this case, the round. Some might be an effect for the rest of the game. And some cards might turn the tide in final voting, and they will be placed here in this part of the board for us to be reminded. And that is pretty much the game. So if anybody's got any questions as we play the game, please feel free to ask. We will definitely play them or answer them as best we can. State cards is the one thing I forgot to mention. If at any time either one of us has 4 cubes in one of the state cards shown, we get to claim that card and use it on a later turn, and they are one-time use only. So you'll play a card, and then you'll have the option of playing a state card or a strategy card, and then that card's removed from the game. And that's it. So, without any further ado, you are the start player, my dear.
Yep.
So, may the best person win. Wow. All right. It's on.
It's on.
Hey, Josanda, welcome in, friend. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Okay.
All right. So you're starting out with the Seneca Falls Convention.
Yep. So I get to add one of each of my people in the Northeast region.
All right.
So they will go there, and then I get to receive 2 buttons, and I get to add 2 pieces in New York.
Okay. There you go. So that is your turn. All right, Tokerkey says, this is probably a weird thing to say, but you are like my favorite person to have explain a game. There's such a great rate of speech and tone. It just all slides in and makes sense. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Compliments are definitely welcome.
And then Quaid says, will there only be 1 active card in each of those 3 slots, and can it change over the time? No, so anybody, we could have like 6 cards in each section or however many, and they kind of just change. Because a lot of ours are similar cards, so like, we could both be playing essentially the same card, and they just you put them in there so you remember what's going on, but there's no limit on how many.
Yeah.
Sassy
lady meatballs.
They are too.
They are, and I just have to say, I want to point this out real quick because I'm questioning this design choice here. So the opposition meeples, like their heads are just like tilted randomly to the side, like. What's up with that?
I think it's because they're men and they're like, whoa, and they got their head tilted back so they can scream and project louder.
I just don't get it.
That's my story.
I don't get it. All right, so you played Seneca Falls Convention.
I did.
Let's see. Well, I mean, I think this is a good time. So I'm going to play the Patriarchy.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. I hate saying it myself, but ugh. So the Patriarchy, I'm going to add 1 campaigner in the South region. And then I'm going to add 1 cube in each state in the Northeast region, the Atlantic region, the South region, and the Midwest. You know, I think I played that wrong yesterday.
You definitely did.
I did not totally read that card. All right, so
Yeah,
I
so
get
you see
4
4
buttons.
buttons.
So let me get 4 buttons.
Opposition Man Meeple says, huh, exactly.
Yeah,
And hi,
definitely.
Raina.
Hi, Raina. Yes, boo the patriarchy.
When I
Just want to say, I am not a fan of the patriarchy. I'm just playing as the patriarchy. So don't at me.
When I tell you that yesterday, I was like, he was just reading his cards, and I'm like, sir, this is bringing out your inner conservative, and I'm not a fan.
And I'm not even
He's
conservative.
like, just reading the cards.
Okay, so I'm going to add 1 cube in each state in the Northeast region. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, this is an interesting mechanism in this game. So our cubes cannot exist in the same state at the same time. So in the case where I'm going to add one of my cubes to where Abby has a cube, instead of me adding one, I'm simply just going to remove one.
Yep.
So that will be the same.
The game can feel real bad to win. Yeah.
It can, especially if you're winning as the opposition. All right, so we're gonna get cubes over there. Yeah. So when we were learning this yesterday, I completely didn't read the whole card, and I thought it was just in the South.
I was like, you put one just in the South.
But in this case, I'm like,
hosed me over there,
I'm like
friendo.
completely just taking over the eastern side of the country.
That's fine.
So this makes things a lot easier for me. Again, I feel like a complete scumbag that I'm doing this, but you know what? This is not Joe and Abby's best friend race.
It feels like this should be a team game instead of head-to-head. Yes, so you can play it up to 4 players. So you can either do 1v...
you can do
1 versus
1v1,
opposition.
2v2, or
1
1v1
versus 2.
or 1v2.
Yeah.
Yeah, or there is also an opposition bot.
A solo.
So you can play this game solo. And here, so it comes with dice and a deck for the opposition, and you can either team up against it or play it 1v1.
Yep.
A lot of playability to this game.
Yes.
All right, so I've gone, so now it's back to you.
Yep, I'm going to play the 15th Amendment because the Civil War is not in effect, so I can play this card.
Okay, so before you play it, let's go ahead and talk about it real quick.
Yes.
So this is one card that has the infinity symbol on it. So the 15th Amendment is going to be in effect for the entire game, and it's just going to stay there in this box as a reminder that it's there.
Yep. Because there's some cards that he cannot play because of that, or like there's cards that I can't play unless if that card is in effect.
Yeah. So for example, the 15th Amendment, she can only play this if the Civil War is not in effect, which it's not. So you're going to roll a 6-sided die. And on a roll of between 3 and 6, which you got a 4, you're going to add 2 markers to Congress and add 8 cubes anywhere, no more than 2 per state. So where are you going to add your cubes, my dear?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow. So you completely wiped me out of the Northeast.
Screw the patriarchy!
Ah, you are a terrible human being. You're going to pay for that.
I know.
Okay. Let's see. So I am going to play Old Dixie. So with Old Dixie, I'm going to add 1 cube in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. So if you're gonna take over the Northeast, I'm just gonna completely dominate the South, which
appropriate
is very thematic.
Appropriate. My turn.
Yes, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to play my favorite card, not because of what it does.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's zoom in on this here.
So Susan B. Anthony indicted. So Joe and I did the Ancestry.com kits. What, like 2.5 years ago?
1 or 2 years ago.
So I got an email from Ancestry, and it was one of those like, look at who you're related to. And so I was like, whatever. There's never anybody there. Funny enough, I traced myself back to Susan B. Anthony, and this was, I think, like right after he found out about this game, and he's just like, hey, and I was like, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
So you're like a 7th cousin of Susan B. Anthony.
And like we traced it back, and it's like through my maternal grandfather or somewhere along, but it was really cool. And so now I'm gonna play that card just because.
Yep.
Family.
All right, so go ahead and read it.
So I get to receive a button and add 1 cube in 1 state of each region.
All right, so starting with the Northeast, where are you going to go?
I'm going to go in New York.
Okay, and then coming down to Atlantic and Appalachia.
Pennsylvania.
All right, coming down to the South. Dutch says, okay, time to bust a myth and head for bed. Good night. I hope Abby wins.
Night, Dutch.
Good night, Dutch.
I removed from Texas was my one.
Okay, and then in the Plains and the West.
Oh, I also didn't add in the Midwest.
Oh, you did not go to the wood. Oh, I skipped the Midwest. All right, so
Yeah.
back to the Midwest.
Midwest. We're gonna go to my home state.
Of course, got to go to Michigan.
We'll go to Montana,
Okay.
and then we'll do California.
All right, so there you go.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Let's see. All right, I am going to play Southern Hospitality. And I'm going to place 1 cube in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee.
I just really love how thematic your cards are, and like half of them do take place in the
They
South.
really do.
Okay, you have 4 cards left, right?
I do have 4 cards left.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Petition to Congress. So I'm going to add 1. And then I'm going to add 1 into...
1 in each region.
Each region again.
All right. Where are you going?
So we're going to go New York
Okay.
and Pennsylvania.
All right.
And removing 1 from Georgia.
Ah, so you are a butt.
You're getting a little too close there. We'll go Ohio,
Okay.
Montana, and... Oh, wait. I'm going to swap these. Montana and California.
Okay. There you go. Man, why you gotta hate?
Because...
I mean, I see why, but why you gotta hate? This is not okay.
We were playing this yesterday, and I was like, "Oh man, this game could get so heated."
Yeah.
So like, there was a lot of curse words.
Definitely. All right, so I'm gonna play Southern Resentment. Playable if the 15th Amendment is in effect. So I'm gonna add 1 cube to Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Alabama.
Jeez Louise.
Because boo women.
Boo women.
Again, I don't mean that. This purely game. Boo women.
Should have a button that's like, words endorsed by this game or not.
Oh wait, no, we do have a button for that.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
You can't do that.
Okay.
Emerald said because boo women, strong argument.
Exactly.
Yeah, women can't vote because boo women. That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
That's it.
All right, it's your turn, my dear.
Yes, I'm going to play Sojourner Truth, which is I get to roll a d8.
Okay.
And then I add that number.
Oh, 5 cubes to the Midwest.
In the Midwest.
No more than 1 per state.
So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All right, there you go. Okay. So I've got 2 cards left. Let's see. All right, I'm going to play Senate Rejects Suffrage Amendment. So I'm going to roll a 6-sided die. And I got a 6. On a roll of 3 to 6, I receive 1 button, and I'm going to remove 1 marker from Congress. Because quit gerrymandering, even though gerrymandering wasn't a thing till like
You can't do that.
the 20th century. But I did. But I did.
I told you I'm just going to overuse that button today every time you do
It's so-
something
it's so
I
good.
don't like.
Yeah, but I can, and I did do that.
I'm going to play Women to the Polls, so I get to add 2 in Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware.
All right.
So Jersey, Pennsylvania.
And then
Is that 4 in Pennsylvania?
I think that is 4 in Pennsylvania.
And then Delaware, I remove 1
And add
place
1.
3, 1. Yeah.
All right. So Pennsylvania is one of the state cards, and she's got 4 cubes. So there you go. So you can choose to play Pennsylvania
yes.
now or hang on to it for a future turn. So
I'm gonna hang on to it.
You're gonna hang on to it? Okay.
So I have 2 different colors because it represents that there were multiple groups working towards the suffragist movement. But also, you want to mix them up as a strategy to the game because he has cards that will be like remove all of one color.
Yeah, so if she heavily concentrates one color, it's going to be easier for me to remove support from those states. So she wants to mix it up.
Yeah.
But for the case of the suffragist movement, the purple and the yellow cubes are exactly the same. Yep. Other than cards that I have that will remove them.
Yep. Sorry, putting that in Ohio.
Yep, you're good. All right, and you're not going to play Pennsylvania.
Nope, not yet.
Okay. For my final, I am going to play. Actually, I'm gonna play a card, but I'm going to campaign. Ooh. So I'm gonna roll my 12-sided die here, and I got a 4, which is perfect. So I'm going to add 4 cubes to the region that I'm in. So in the South, I'm going to add, let's see what we got here.
Looks like Texas is the only
only southern state. All right, so I got to do 3 in Texas. So I get to claim the Texas card. And then I'm also going to put 1 in Mississippi. Because that'll make it 4 in that state.
Ew. Campaign slogan, boo women.
Yep. Okay, so now we each have 1 card left. So that is going to end the turn, and we are going to go into the cleanup phase. So for the cleanup phase, any cards that were in effect for the turn are going to get discarded. Then we're going to move the turn marker to round 2. And then our 1 card will carry over. So now we go into the planning phase. So in addition to the 1 card that we have in our hand, we're going to draw 6 more to bring our cards up to 7. Okay, I've got 7. You've got 7?
4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Yeah, now I have 7.
Okay.
I know how to count.
Now we're going to go into the second part of the turn, which is now the strategy phase, because now we actually have buttons to spend. So starting with the suffragist player, Abby's, going to commit a certain number of buttons to try and buy one of these strategy cards, which again is going to be a one-time effect at the end of a turn, for her. So she'll go ahead and look at all of them. And then if she chooses to bid, she can do that.
Yep.
And if you don't want any of them, you can choose to commit 0.
I'm going to bid 3.
You're going to bid 3.
Yep.
Hey, Rock, welcome
Hi.
in. Joe and Abby, hope you're both well. Haven't had a chance to check votes for women out yet, but I love map games. How are you liking it?
It is so good.
It's fantastic. Like, theme aside, it's a great area control game. As we said while we were going through the rules, this gives very, very heavy 1960 making of the president feels. So if you played or a fan of that game at all, this will make a lot of sense to you, but it is very, very great.
And it's super easy to pick up. It wasn't hard to learn, even if we hadn't played the 1960 game. Like this one, very easy to pick up.
Yep. All right, so you're committing 3?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to supersede you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pay. So I'm gonna pay 4. She still has to pay her 3.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take 1 strategy card, and then we're gonna put out 1 to replace it. And now we go back into the operations phase. So again, starting with the suffragist player, you have the honors, my dear.
Yep. Okay. Playable if the Civil War is not in effect, which it's not, and the 15th Amendment is in effect.
Okay.
So I get to add 1 to.
Oh, so you're good.
Where.
All right. So here we go.
So Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia.
Oh, thank you for that sub, Rock. Much appreciated, friend.
Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, I needed
that. That really stung.
I needed that.
I can't believe you. You are a terrible human being.
Yep, I know. Hi, Time Roller. Welcome in.
Hey, Timey. Welcome in. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to do here? Let's see. Funny, we were just talking about this. Gerrymandering.
Of course.
Remove all yellow cubes in up to 2 states.
What?
So Pennsylvania, those yellow cubes are going to go away.
That's rude.
And we're going to take out the one in New York.
That's so rude. Okay.
All right, back to you, my dear.
Yep, Francis Harper. So I roll a D8.
Emotional damage.
Factual statements.
Yes, very factual statements.
And that stinks because I rolled a 1.
Oh, and I gotta put that lower because that actually should be above the border. Anyway, go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so I rolled a 1, which stinks because I can add that number in the Atlantic and Appalachia region. So with my whopping 1, I will take out of Virginia.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play my state card of Pennsylvania, which is I get to add 6 to the Atlantic and Appalachia region, no more than 2 per state.
Joe Sanders says, Brandon Jar played this game on stream with Johnny Deckhawk. Halfway through, I redeemed player switch in case he had to be the patriarchy.
Woof.
Ooh, woof. Yeah, Rock, I will say it is weird playing the patriarchy because it does feel a little bit dirty, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is, a completely factual and thematic.
It's historical.
Oh, and you played Pennsylvania?
Yes, so I completely wiped out Atlantic and Appalachia.
Oh, you are a terrible, terrible person. So in this case, I now need to do the Civil War. So remove 1 marker from Congress, and for the rest of this turn, leave Atlantic and Appalachia alone. You are done.
You are so mean to me. So mean.
What? I want you to vote.
Yeah, exactly.
I can and I did, Sammy.
Exactly.
See?
You're a terribly terrible person. So the patriarchy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's running on the campaign of Boo Women.
I am. My campaign is Boo Women. That's it. Boo Women. No, we don't care.
I'm going to add 1 to Congress and receive 2 buttons. What did I tell you, man? This game.
This is so good.
This
I
game.
love this. This game is great. Okay. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do here now? Okay, I'm going to play Minor v. Happerset.
I got my finger on it. You can't do that.
It's going to get used a lot today. Yeah. Okay, Minor v. Happerset. Roll a 6-sided die. And I got a 6. On a roll of 3 of 6, remove 1 marker from Congress and add 2 cubes in Missouri.
Such a butt.
Uh-oh. Prepare to be disappointed.
Impromptu dad joke. Oh, what was that one I saved? There was one that we saw the other day that I was going to immediately tell, and I completely forgot it.
I don't remember.
All right, we're just gonna have to find one. All right, let's see. Let's get a good dad joke going. In the meantime, while I'm looking for a dad joke, you can take your turn.
Yep. So I'm doing Vindication of the Rights of Women. Draw 2 cards from the draw deck, discard 1, and play the other for its event.
All right, remember, don't put the other one in your hand like we've been doing.
No, you did that.
You did it too.
Oh, yep. Yeah, no, we're playing this one. Playable if the Civil War is in effect. Roll a 6-sided die. Get that out of there. Turd. I gotta get mine out of there. On a roll of 3 to 6, receive 2 buttons and move the Civil War to the discard pile. And that is a 4.
Oh, unbelievable.
Get it out of here.
Really? You single-handedly stopped the Civil War.
I did. I was like, no.
Also, not how I feel about just casually dropping a Civil War card. Yeah. Well, Abby got rid of it.
I ended the Civil War with the Union victory.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Oh, I've got a good one, and I actually saw this somewhere. What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper? I'll let y'all think about that. What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper?
I know, and I'm so not impressed.
All right.
You have 4 cards, correct?
Yes, I have 4 cards.
1000% Team Abby today. Thank you. As everyone should be.
All right. I am going to play Beer Brewers. So playable if the 18th Amendment is not in effect. For the remainder of the turn, when I campaign, I can roll a d6 instead of a d12.
I'm going to play Anna Dickinson, receive a button, and place 1 in each state of each region.
All right, so starting in the Northeast.
Starting in the Northeast. We're going to go New York.
Okay, then Atlantic and Appalachia.
Virginia.
And in the South?
You know what? North Carolina.
Okay.
South Carolina, sorry.
In the Midwest?
We're going to go Ohio.
Okay, and then in the Plains?
Montana.
And in the West?
California.
All right. What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper? A pop psychologist?
Oh!
Great answer. Great answer, but not the one I'm looking for. He's a physician.
So bad. So bad.
Physician. I like it. I like it. All right. Okay. I am going to play this card to campaign. So I'm going to roll a d6. And I got a 5, meaning I can add 5 cubes anywhere in the South. So I'm going to do 1 in Texas, 1 in Mississippi, and 2 in Louisiana. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in Georgia. There's 5. Physician, I love it. I was quite proud of that one.
I'm going to do this action.
Fred. Okay, you're gonna lobby Congress. So
Yes.
you roll a 6-sided die. The 6-sided die for each campaigner you have out on the board, and for every 6 that you roll, you got a 4 and a 1, so you can spend a button to roll them again. And you got a single 6, so you can put 1 marker into
I'll take
Congress. There you go.
I do like pop psychologist.
Yeah, pop psychologist is a good one though. I mean, that's a great secondary answer.
Mhm.
That's really, really good. Okay, and for my final card of the round, I'm going to play Senator Joseph Brown, remove 1 marker from Congress, and add 2 cubes into Georgia. All right, so that is the end of turn 2. So we're going to go to turn 3. And then the 19th Amendment still has not been sent to the states, so we go to the planning phase. So we'll draw 6 more cards. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we go now to the strategy phase. All right, so we got 3 strategy cards. How many would you like to commit to get one of them?
Well, you only have 1 button.
That's true. So
So
if you commit 2 buttons,
I'm committing 2.
All right, so you just get a strategy card.
Because
So what did you get?
Efficient organizing. Receive 5 buttons.
Wow. Well, you don't do that yet.
3, 4, 5. No, but I'm setting them aside.
Oh, you're setting them
I
aside so you
easily
can
just grab
be ready for them?
Yes.
Oh, that is... I should have grabbed that card before, and I didn't.
I know.
All right, so suffragist goes first.
Yep.
Does this game mention prohibition as well? I don't know. We only played half the game yesterday, so we only got to like the middle of the suffragist movement. But when we get closer to the 1910s, probably in the late game, we'll see if it does mention prohibition. So we'll find out.
National Women's Rights Convention. The Civil War is not in effect.
Yep.
Also, your beer brewer should.
Oh yeah, beer brewers goes away.
Add 1 in Congress and 1 in
each state of each region. All right.
So we're going to do that, which is New York.
Yep,
So
that gets you the New York card. Okay, and going to Atlantic and Appalachia.
We're going to do Virginia.
Okay, in the South.
Removing from Georgia.
Okay, in the Midwest.
We'll go Ohio, which gets me the
Ohio. Oh, they get to the Ohio.
card.
Oh man, I need to stop you. You are just a machine.
That's okay because I'm going to do Montana and California too, which gets me both.
Oh, woof. Buzz, your cube drops. Woof.
Yeah, and then I will play efficient organizing to receive
girlfriend.
the 5 buttons.
Oh man, that stings.
That is my favorite thing is to chain it because if you do it just right, you do like just annihilate the
No,
state card.
well done.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even be
Exactly.
mad. Cannot even be mad. I am a little bit, but I can't be mad. Oh man. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Virginia, New Jersey, and Utah left. All right, I need to get you the hell out of Virginia is what I need to do. Ooh, I like this one.
Oh no.
We're gonna play 15th divides suffragists. Playable if the 15th Amendment is in effect. Remove all purple cubes in up to 4 states and you lose 2 buttons.
No! That's a hate crime. That's literally a hate crime.
You get nothing.
No.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But I did. All right, so remove all purple cubes in up to 4 states. So we're going to go over here to Atlantic and Appalachia. We're going to take this purple out of Virginia. And then we're going to come up to the Northeast where you've been completely dominating. Let's do 2 out of New York and 1 out of Jersey.
I'm not going to tell you have one more state left.
I know. I do have one more state left. And
So
we're
rude.
going to come over to the
Boo.
Midwest.
Politics.
And let's get your support out of Ohio.
That's fine. Ohio's stinky anyways. No offense to anyone who lives in Ohio.
And then I'm going to follow that up by playing my Texas card, and I'm going to add 6 cubes in the South region, no more than 2 per state.
Louise.
See, I got tricks too. So we're going to do 1 in Georgia. We're going to do
gross.
2 in
Why am I
Alabama.
with you?
We're going to do 3 in... Wait, is it no more than 2 per state? Is that what it says? Oh, yeah. So 2 in Arkansas and 1 in Florida. How about dem apples?
Freaking Texas.
Frickin' Texas.
Inez Milholland, add 1 to Congress, receive 2 buttons, and add
1 in each state.
Yep.
All right, so back with the Northeast. Where are you going?
Gonna go to Jersey.
Okay.
And then Virginia's getting a purple.
All right. Take out of Alabama, because of course you are.
Alabama. Oh yeah.
Go back to Michigan.
Michigan. We'll go Colorado and Utah.
All right. Rock says, Abby, just take away the patriarchy liqueur. They will fall apart without it.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. I'm going to do Woman and the Republic. So draw 2 cards from my draw deck, play 1, and discard the other immediately. Let's see. All right, we're going to discard this one and play Border States. So add 1 in Delaware. So that goes away. Maryland. Add 1 in Maryland. Then add 1 in Kentucky. And Missouri.
What kind of border states are those?
They are the border states of the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, good call. Yeah, I was just like, what kind of border is that?
No, you got to remember, this is the early suffragist movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, even though slavery was, abolished well before that, but yeah, that is the border of the Mason-Dixon line.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's just like, what the heck kind of border? We're gonna play Alice Paul and Lucy Burns. Roll 2 d6s. Remove that number anywhere no more than 2 per state.
Oh, this is gonna suck. And you got a 5 and a 3. You could pay to re-roll that if you wish.
Nah, I'm good because that's
all right. So you get to remove 8 cubes anywhere, no more than 2 per state.
2
in Florida, 2 in Georgia,
4,
2 in Louisiana, and
and
2 in
8.
Missouri. All right, that's 8. A blow to the patriarchy.
and then I'm gonna play Montana to receive 2 buttons.
Okay, so Montana's out. All right, nicely done. All right, I'm gonna play Catherine Beecher. Roll a 12-sided die, and I got nope. I'm not keeping that one. I'm gonna re-roll that. That's not happening. And oh, there we go. I got a 4. Add that number of cubes anywhere, no more than 1 per state. So we're going to put 1 back in Arkansas. We're going to put 1 back in Alabama. We're going to put 1 in Maryland and 1 in Kentucky. And then I'm also going to play National Focus. Add 2 cubes in 1 state of each region.
Whoa.
Yeah, so time for me to get
Whoa.
some stuff going on here. Let's see. We're going to take you out of New York.
That's so rude.
We're going to take you out of Pennsylvania. Going to the south, I'm going to add 2 in Louisiana.
Yeah, thank you.
I can and I did.
Thank you.
We're going to add 2 to Missouri. We're going to add 2 to... Actually, no. We're going to take 2 out of Montana.
That's rude.
And we're also going to take 2 out of California.
Rude. That is so rude.
All right, so national focus is done.
I'm gonna play Emmeline Pankhurst, which is I roll these 2.
Oh, you're doing it again?
No, this is I add 2.
Oh, add 2. All right, so
and another 8.
unless you want to pay to re-roll it.
No, I'm good.
All right, so where are you starting? In the Northeast?
Yep, we're gonna go
Back to New York.
2. Oh, and then you know what? We're gonna go 4.
Oh, are you just going to completely obliterate the
8.
South? Oh, you terrible, terrible person.
Yep, that's what I do.
How dare you?
That's what I do.
How dare you? The nerve.
Make sure you fix your Zoom there, friendo.
Yeah. How dare you? All right. South Dakota rejects suffrage. So roll a 6-sided die. And on a roll of 3 to 6, remove 1 marker from Congress and add 2 cubes into South Dakota.
I'm gonna play this.
The Union Signal.
To-
So you get a button. Oh, you're not playing it for that.
Doing this.
Oh, you're lobbying Congress.
Yep.
Okay, so roll 2 dice. And you got a 4 and a 2. You can spend a button to re-roll.
Yes.
6 and a 2. So you get to add 1 marker to Congress.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Oh, I don't like either of these cards. All right, I'm going to play conservative opposition. So for the rest of the turn, roll a 6-sided die instead of a 12-sided for campaigning.
I'm going to play this to campaign Congress again.
Okay. You got a 6 and a 1.
Which I'll take.
All right. Okay, and then I'm going to spend a card to campaign, so I'll roll my 6-sided die, and I got a 5. So I'm going to put 4 in Georgia, and I'm going to put 1 in South Dakota.
All right.
All right, so we each have 1 card left.
Yep.
19th Amendment is still not ratified, so we're going to go into turn 4. We are going to draw 6 more cards to get up to 7.
Did I count right this time? Let's see.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I did move the marker, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I have no buttons, so I guess you can simply spend 0 and get yourself a free card.
Yeah. I'm going to spend... Well, I'll spend a button just to make it look legit.
I mean, you don't have to. You can spend 0.
I thought you had to spend 1.
No. So after looking at the cards, you can commit 0. Then I have to defer, match, or supersede. I can. Oh wait, no. If you do 0, I can match 0. So
Exactly.
you have to spend
so I
1.
have to spend 1. That's what I thought. Okay, and then I took reconsideration, which is I replaced 1 X with 2 of my tokens.
Woof.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yep.
How can you reverse votes?
Because
Didn't we figure that out like last year? You can't reverse votes. Yeah, we're not going there. Okay. All right.
Shut the fuck up, Steve!
Thank you.
I deserve that. Completely deserve that. All right, go. Your turn, my dear, for turn number 4.
You can't do that!
Best sound effect ever. I
It was
love
so funny because he was literally watching videos last night, and all of a sudden I'm like, that'd be a perfect sound bit for the stream. And he looks at me, he goes,
I'm like, that's genius.
Yes.
Absolute genius.
we would use the ever living daylights out of it.
Yep, and clearly it's having its intended effect.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna do Jeanette Rankin. So roll a d6.
And you got a 2, so you can spend a reroll. And you got a 2 again.
And I'm re-rolling.
And there's a 3.
Yay.
Okay.
I get to add 1 to Congress and add 4 in Montana.
Okay. And 2 in each other state of the Plains region.
Yep. So 2.
All right, so 2 come out of South Dakota.
2.
Oh man, that card stings a lot.
2.
This is painful to watch, y'all. It's not, but it is.
2.
Like yay women, but boo women.
You boo women. Okay.
All right, well done. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Yep, we're gonna do it. Xenophobia. Remove all purple cubes from one state.
Woof.
So all purple from Montana are going away. And remove all yellows from one state. And we are going to kick you out of your beloved Michigan.
They don't want you there, okay? I am a child of the state.
I know. So I have to hit you where it hurts.
Southern strategy. Receive 2 buttons. And then add 2 in each state in the southern region.
Oh man,
and then,
you're just gonna completely kick me out of everywhere.
Yep.
Ah, yikes! All my hard work.
That. And that. Look at all those cubes I just
man.
destroyed.
It's only a game.
Exactly.
Why you have
And then place in front of you 1 available strategy card.
Servilian wants to know, Abby, are you from Michigan?
I am. So I was born out here in Washington State on a Navy base, but when I was like 2, we moved to Michigan. And I lived there from 2 to 16, so that's what I consider my home. So if you're looking at Michigan, actually, if you want to zoom in on Michigan,
Yeah. Hold on. Midwest.
So I grew up right about here, kind of in the middle of the state, in the middle of like the Manistee National Forest, in an itty bitty little town called White Cloud. And that is where I lived for most of my childhood, and so it's what I consider home. And then, sorry, I gotta pick one. I'm gonna do this one.
Okay, so what'd you take?
Transportation, which is I move all of my suffragists to any region without paying any buttons, and then take a campaigning action.
Wow, that's
And
rough.
I'm gonna play California, which is draw 2 for my draw jack, discard 1 and play the other for the event.
Okay.
Debate us, you cowards! Roll 2d6s and remove that number no more than 2 per state.
Oh my god. Oh, you get to remove. Oh, you're gonna reroll it.
Yes, I'll take 4.
All right, 4 cubes.
No more than 2 per state.
Ah.
There we go.
All of my hard work in the South. Timer says, I used to play D&D offshoot Gamma World, a post-apocalypse America, and on the map it was Lake Michigloom. I remember that forever.
I love that. I love that.
Ooh, I like this. All right, so since you've completely hosed me,
I didn't hose
I
anything.
in turn shall hose you. A threat to the ideal of womanhood. For the remainder of the turn, you must spend a button to play a card as an event. I can and I did.
Thank you. You can't do that. Hi, guys.
Issues. Hi guys, greetings from Mexico.
Hello.
Welcome in. Hello. Thank you for watching.
Yes, we actually were just in Mexico.
We were just.
Strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I think it might.
Yeah,
But yeah, welcome in. Yeah, we were just in Tijuana a couple months ago.
Just over a month ago.
Last month.
Yeah.
It's almost the end of March.
Yeah, I had surgery down there, and we are absolutely going back to visit.
Yes, because Tijuana was
So much
wonderful.
and I didn't get to eat any good foods. And
Yeah, because
so-
I mean, you did get bariatric surgery, but it was still
Yeah.
a great place.
Yeah, I was like, we have to come back because I need to eat, and so we're gonna do that.
All right.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna spend a button.
To get 4. Oh.
4 buttons. Because you are a butthole. And then
Of course!
I'm gonna play Ohio. Draw 2, play 1 for the event.
All right.
Discard the other.
Which one you gonna do?
Receive 2 buttons, and then add 2 in Illinois and 1 in each other state in the Midwest.
All right.
2 in Illinois.
Okay.
Get out of there. And then Iowa, Minnesota,
Man, you just
Wisconsin.
ridiculous. Hey, Sophia Razor, been looking, I'm cooking. Okay, you can't just come in and say that.
What you cooking?
What you cooking? What's for dinner? You got to tell us. Those are the rules. I don't make them. I just enforce them.
Yep.
All right. Ooh, okay. I'm going to play White Supremacy and the Suffrage Movement. Playable if the Southern strategy is in effect. Remove all yellow cubes in up to 4 states, and you lose 2 buttons. I can and I did. All right, so you lose 2 buttons, and I'm going to remove the yellow cubes from Virginia, from Ohio, from Wisconsin, and from Colorado.
Enchiladas. Enchiladas sound real good.
Yeah, they do sound real good.
I
want some.
was gonna say that is okay. Fine. I'm not playing it as the event.
Okay.
Going to Congress.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna lobby. Oh, you have. Okay, so Congress has ratified.
I didn't get to do this last
Congress
time.
has sent the 19th Amendment to the states.
Yay!
She is done. All right, so all of these come off the board. We don't need them anymore.
Because you can't remove them, right?
Yeah, I cannot
Okay,
remove
thank-
them. It's done. Cannot remove them. So those
That's like
come
the
off the
worst
board.
Card so far. Big
Now we
yeah.
are going to check all of the states, and any state that currently has 4 cubes in it, which none of them do, is going to either ratify or reject the 13th Amendment. So right now, everything is still up for contention,
Yep.
but as soon as the 4th cube of either color is in the state, it is locked in unless a event or card turns the tide otherwise. So
Yep.
Abby has completed half of her goal. Congratulations, you suck. But I say that lovingly.
I was like,
Mwah.
lovingly, you suck.
All right, so that was your card.
hmm
I am gonna play.
I did not expect that to. Like last time, I could not get pillars in Congress to save my life. So I'm just really thankful that I got it.
No, that was great. Let's see. I need to get some stuff out. I'm going to play the Great 1906 San Francisco Earthquake. Remove all cubes from California, and you lose a button.
Well, that's so rude.
See, timer always team, Abby.
Yes. I'm going to pay my button
Okay.
to add 2 to Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, North Dakota, and South Dakota.
All right, so that's all. I think that's all Midwest states.
So we've got Wisconsin. We got Minnesota.
Yep.
We got Iowa.
Yep.
Oh, we gotta go over to the. Oh wait,
Nope,
no, they're there.
they're visible.
North Dakota, which that's 4.
That's Nebraska.
Shh. You know what? Listen, it doesn't matter because. Oh, wait, let me put the yellow back. Whoop! That's 4.
There you go. You got 4 in North Dakota. So Abby has gotten her first state to ratify
Well, they
the
have.
19th Amendment.
And then South Dakota has 1.
All right. Well done.
Yay! I did a thing.
You
And
did
then,
a thing.
I'm gonna play New York, which is add 6 to
The Northeast region. No more than 2 per state.
Yep. So we're obviously gonna do. New York would get those 2.
Yep. So New York's going to ratify.
Yep. And then we'll do
So you got 4 more.
2 in Vermont. Oh, well, you know what? We'll do 2 in Jersey.
Oh, and Jersey is
Thank you,
ratified.
Jersey.
All right. So you're 3 states up.
Ooh.
All right. Man, I am not doing great. All right, so I think I'm just gonna have to campaign in the South again. All right, so we're rolling a D4, and I got 1. Oh, come on. Hold on. Where did I knock these from?
Those were in Oklahoma, and the other.
Oh, these were in
yours came
Texas.
from Texas, yeah.
1 cube. All right, we'll put 1 cube in Texas.
Game Artist Guy swooping in for a quick hello goodbye, but not before capture.
Congratulations, you.
Oh my gosh. Can
Perfect,
I just say
perfect
the one
clip.
from Friday, I watched multiple times because I could not stop cackling at it because it was so spot on. But Game Artist Guy, I actually thought of you when we put in our new sound clip because every time we mess up a word band, you're gonna love it.
we've got one for you.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yep. Every time we mess up a word band, I expect you to just be like, no.
You can't do that.
Exactly.
It's so good.
Oh, it's B.
Yes, it's you. Yeah, so if you're an NHL fan at all, that is NHL referee Wes McCauley, because we do love Wes McCauley.
Yes.
And of course, we found a picture of him on his butt, which is great.
Yeah, we're looking and I'm like, that's the one. So I'm gonna pay my button to add this to Atlantic and Appalachia, and then receive 3 buttons.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Y'all, I love this game so much.
All right, I'm gonna campaign again, and I've gotten 2.
2.
All right, so 1 cube in Texas, so Texas has rejected, and I'm going to add 1 cube into Arkansas. All right, so 1 card left. We go into turn number 5. All right, so draw more cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then clearly you have the button suspend, so go ahead and get a strategy. So, you know, I have not gotten any cards until like now that get me buttons. This has been so one-sided. Oh yeah, and then threat to womanhood is gone.
I'm going to spend the 1 for Bellwether State, which is select 1 state and remove any opposition and add 4, or remove any of mine and put 4 opposition.
Wow. Welcome in, Tech. Glad
Hi.
to see you. We are in the middle of turn number 5 in Votes for Women.
Star Fox.
Oh, rude.
That's good.
All right, hold on. Let me get the timer started. So we cannot
And I would
say.
have gotten Jersey's card.
Oh yeah, you would have gotten Jersey's card.
Yes, we can't say these circular
Yes,
things.
we cannot say the circular things. So let me get the timer going. Timer 5 minutes. Actually, we're gonna set it for like 4:50 because it would have started. So there we go. Done. All right. Your turn as a suffragist. So have at it, my friend.
Yep. I'm just okay. I don't have to pay anymore.
What circular things? These circular things.
Yes, they're beautiful circular things that you would pin onto, say, a backpack or your little suffragist
Sash.
Sash. That's what I'm looking for. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Which actually, 10 out of 10, if they did make these things as something I could purchase to put on my backpack.
I'm sure you can make them or have them made.
Because I like this one. It's a man's world unless women's vote. I like that.
That is a good one.
Sorry, I'm just trying to decide. We're gonna play this one. So for the remainder of the turn, I roll a d6 instead of the d.
Okay, Marie Louise Bottineau Baldwin. Wow,
Yes.
say that 3 times fast.
I cannot say it 1 time slow. So
all right, so I am gonna play the SSWC. Playable if the Southern strategy is in effect. Receive 2 circular things and add 6 cubes in the South region, no more than 2 per state.
oh poop.
So
This is where I'm gonna get-
Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia have all rejected.
You're a reject.
So Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia. 9 to go.
The gingerbread man really doesn't like it when you touch his gumdrop. Exactly.
I'm just glad I have circular things now. I can actually
Right.
like do something next turn.
We are going to play Helen Keller.
All right, so roll 2 d6s and add that number of cubes anywhere, no more than 2 per. And you got a 6, or you can re-roll that. You have a 6.
There we
Now
go.
you have 8.
I'll take an 8.
All right, you're gonna take an 8. All right, where are you gonna start?
I'm going to go actually Midwest heavy.
Okay, Midwest.
So I would add 2, but I'm just going to.
Okay, so 2 in Ohio, they ratify.
We're gonna go Indiana.
Indiana ratifies. Michigan ratifies. So what? That's 6.
Yes.
And you got 2 more.
2, 4,
Rock says, I mean, we really can't depend on the South for anything good, right? I mean, that's fair.
And then I'm gonna add 1 to Illinois and Minnesota, which will ratify.
Will ratify. All right.
As I yeet it everywhere.
Okay. So you got 8 out on the board. I mean, in ratio standpoint, we're actually pretty even.
Yeah.
Because you're a fourth of the way there, and I'm a fourth of the way there.
Mm.
So still very close game.
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna play NAOWS forms. Add a campaigner in the Northeast region and receive 2 circular things.
There.
No, you've had enough fun in the Northeast. Now it's my turn to play.
I'm going to.
And just so we're the NAOWS is the National Association Opposed to Women's Suffrage.
Also, what I love about every single card is it has like a little
there's flavor text on every single card,
and it is so good.
I was going to mention this at the end of the stream, but I'm actually going to take a minute to say this now. So the game actually comes with reproductions of so much historical documentation, which is fantastic.
So cool.
Like telegrams to Congress, a voter registration card filled out by a woman, which actually has like the Mr. like pre-imposed on it. Here's another voter registration card. We've got a Spanish language, not propaganda, but what I'm looking for. Like a pamphlet about women's suffrage, a specimen ballot of the women's suffrage movement, which is great. We got another telegram, like a whole bunch of just historical media that they faithfully reproduced. And oh, hey, we can say buttons again.
Buttons.
And also, it comes with a separate supplement which tells you in detail about everything that's in the game and all the history behind it. So. Fort Circle Games knocked this one out of the park. Like, really fantastic.
It makes me very excited to play other games of theirs. Like, we have one not for months that we're playing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you all about it now.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'll remind you. So they also sent me the Shores of Tripoli, which me as a former Marine really, really appreciated. It's basically about the battle of the Barbary pirates between the Navy and the Marine Corps. And probably gonna play that on the Marine Corps birthday. So November 10th.
Check us out.
Check us out. So we're totally gonna play that.
The fact that this is like so historically accurate and they put so much effort into it really makes me excited to play the rest of their games.
Yeah, Rock says, it still amazes me that we literally had organizations opposed to women being able to vote. Right? It's only been 102 years. It's truly insane, and I agree with that.
Yep.
100% agree with that. Yeah, I played that. Your turn.
3, 4. Yeah, because I have 5 and you have 5.
Yep, and I have 5. So we're good.
Okay. We're going to do Maria de Lopez, receive 2 buttons, and add 2 in California.
Okay.
Nevada.
And
Arizona. Tex says, I have Shorts of Tripoli, but haven't gotten to play it yet.
Yeah. We haven't played it either, but I'm really looking forward to it because, I mean, it's honestly, I mean, it's no secret that I'm a former Marine, so it's literally part of part of my history. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
When it showed up, we thought it was votes for women.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I emailed Votes for Games. It's like, hey, I thought you're sending me votes for women. It's like, yeah, it's still on the boat, but we're sending you to that too. I'm like, y'all are the best.
The historical side is what I love about playing Twilight Struggle. It's why I think I'll love this. Maps and history. Yes. I love Twilight Struggle. Like, we have Labyrinth. We haven't played it yet.
Yeah, we really need to learn Labyrinth.
Yeah, but those games are right up my alley as well because I love the historical accuracy, but still, like, putting it into a board game form. But I think it does this and Twilight Struggle do it really, really well.
Yes, and
1960.
Yeah, and 1960 making of the president.
Yeah.
Which, really, really good. Okay, let's let's see. I am. Let's see. I'm gonna play Oh Save Us Senators from Ourselves. Add 1 cube in 1 state of each region.
Shoot.
All right,
Shoot.
so we are going to go to Connecticut.
They don't want you there.
And we're going to go in Maryland. And then for the South, we're going to do Arkansas, which officially rejects. We're going to kick you out of... hold on. Did I do Midwest yet?
Yeah.
I haven't done Midwest. I can and I will.
No. As a representative of Connecticut, if Penguin Herder says get out.
That's why I did it, because I know she's been spamming that.
No.
I'm gonna take 1 out of Nebraska. Or no, not Nebraska. Missouri. Kick you out of Missouri. And then over to the Plains and Northwest, we're gonna kick you out of South Dakota. And we're also gonna kick you out of Utah.
That's so rude.
All right, back to you.
Place 2 in each state of the Western region.
Oh,
So,
man.
The 2 that would go in
All right, so California has ratified. Nevada has ratified.
So those are going to go to Utah. Arizona is going to go to Idaho because that also ratifies.
Yep.
And then...
And then 2 in Washington, 2 in Oregon.
Washington.
Good afternoon, Corthane. Welcome in. Abby and I are playing Votes for Women. This review copy kindly provided by Fort Circle Games. We are in turn 5 of 6.
Yep.
And right now, it's still a pretty close game.
Reconsideration. Georgia is changing its mind. Replace 1X with 2.
Oh, rude. Rude. What the heck? Unbelievable.
I thought it was a good play.
That's just so bad. All right, I am going to play Backlash to the Movement. Remove 6 cubes from anywhere, no more than 2 per state. Yeah, Pacific Northwest is done. So you can take all that back.
That's so mean. Georgia flipping the rest of the side.
Yeah.
That was accurate.
Yeah.
That was partially why I did it.
Super accurate.
Partially why I did it, because I'm like, this feels like real life.
Right?
My turn.
Uh-huh.
Mary Church Terrell. Roll 2 d8.
Oh, man. So
Ooh, and I got 10.
No more than 2 per state. All right, where are you starting?
Well, Florida's going to ratify.
Florida ratifies.
Georgia
ratifies.
South Carolina, so that's 2,
That's
4,
6.
6. We're gonna go
Oklahoma ratifies.
Oklahoma.
That's 10. And Wisconsin ratifies.
10. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh, you got 20 more to go.
Out.
20 more to go. And I have 9 more to put out.
This is so anxiety-inducing.
All right. I'm playing the Transcontinental Railroad. Move each campaigner to any regions without paying buttons and then take a campaign action. We're going to move 1 out to the west, and we're going to move 1 into the plains. All right, so I'll roll my 2 d12s. And we're going to sign the 4 there and the 3 here. All 4 is going into our home state of Washington. They have rejected. And 3 are going into South Dakota.
That is so rude. Well, that makes... That's not worth it.
You can't do that!
I can and I did.
Zikalasa, I apologize.
Yeah.
I butchered that.
I'm pretty sure that, that is totally a Native American name.
Yes. So add 2 in North Dakota, but North Dakota's already ratified. 2 in South Dakota.
Oh, so you're just going total,
Nebraska ratified.
plains on me. Oh,
Montana's gonna ratify.
5 minutes each for fighting.
Yes. Nebraska, Montana, and Wyoming.
Wyoming's gonna ratify. Okay.
I'm just surrounding you with little.
I know, this is bogus.
I love it. Okay, so I got.
Yeah, see, at least Timey knows about West Macaulay.
Yes. We showed our kid that, and our kid's like, "That's for fighting."
It is so good. All right, I'm going to play unwarranted, unnecessary, and dangerous interference. Add 1 cube in 1 state of each region. So starting with the Northeast, we're going to go Connecticut, then down to Atlantic, into Maryland. In the South,
You can't do that.
Alabama, I can and I will.
Do that.
Midwest, we're going to go into Missouri. In the Plains... South Dakota, and in the West, Oregon. I will get Connecticut. This is my sole purpose in life right now. All right, final turn. Go ahead and draw 6 more cards up to 7.
Emotional damage.
Oh, this is too good. I love this. This is too good. All right. Oh, and I have buttons to oppose you this round, possibly. Unless you decide to spend 5. Yeah, that's yours. Yep, so if you spend 5 buttons, you will guarantee yourself a strategy card.
Oh yeah, I'm spending 5.
All right.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Nobody's mad.
No, I'm just getting anxious. Eye on the future. Playable if it's turn 5 or turn 6. Look through your draw deck and select 1 card to play for its event immediately, then reshuffle your draw deck.
Oh, that's a good card.
Uh-huh.
All right, kick off round 6, my dear.
Oh, I don't want to lobby anymore. I don't need to.
Nope, you don't need to lobby anymore.
Prison Tour Special. So I roll a d6 instead of a d4 when taking the campaigning
Okay.
action.
Rock asks, does the game feel balanced? It really does. Like, it may seem like the suffragist movement gets a lot of cubes on the board, but you have to keep in mind, Abby's going for 2/3 of the states, which is 36. I only need 13, so it may seem like it's a little bit balanced, but it's actually harder for me to get my X's out onto the board than her check marks.
Yeah.
So it's really, really balanced, and it's honestly been a close game.
Yeah, the way we played it
I think you're a little bit ahead now because
so.
you know I've got
16
5 out, and I need 8 more, and you only have 16 to go.
Yeah.
So again, it's still pretty close.
And then I'm going to play
You're playing
this, which
transportation.
is move all of your. Oh wait, hold on.
Yep. So to move all of your campaigners to any region without paying buttons, and then take a campaigning action.
Oh well, I don't want to move anybody. I'm just gonna take the campaigning action.
Can
we?
Hold on. Let's go to the rules.
Specify that.
Yeah. Let's see if you actually have to move.
I mean, otherwise I know what I'm gonna
Let's
do.
see. You know what? It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say. That would, I'll actually have to ask them about that. But, you know, we're going to house rule it and say if you don't want to move, you don't have to.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move 1 here.
Okay.
And so then I roll 3.
Well, I didn't realize you got a 3rd one out on the board.
I did.
When did that happen?
A while ago.
All right, so you got a 2, a 1, and a 4.
Yep.
You want to re-roll?
Yep.
All right, so spent your last button to re-roll. And you got a 2, a 1, and a 4.
A 1 and 2. Okay. So the 4 and the 2 are going to go here.
Okay.
And the 1 up there. So I'm removing 1 from Connecticut.
All right.
Get out.
All right, so that's done.
And so the 4.
Ooh, what state's going to ratify?
Oh, that was South Carolina that had ratified. We're going to do North
Carolina.
And I'm kicking you out of Maryland.
Oh, rude.
And that is my turn.
All right, there you go.
Tommy says I'll check the 4. Thank you.
Thank you, Time Roller. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, let me look at these strategy cards here. Wow, none of those are great. All right, we're going to play the Eden Sphinx. Draw 2 cards from your draw deck, discard 1, and play the other. All right, we'll play Cheers to No on Suffrages. Playable if the 18th Amendment is not in effect, which it is not. Roll an 8-sided die and add that number of cubes anywhere, no more than 2 per state, and I've got 7. So 2 in Oregon, 2 in South Dakota, which has rejected.
Can't do that.
Canada did. So that's what, 4?
2, 4, yes.
2 more in Connecticut, and 1 in Alabama. Yeah, the 18th is prohibition. So yeah, so
Shut the up, Steve.
Now you irritated.
I know I'm so irritating, Spam, because she's from Connecticut, so
Yeah.
she's like personally invested in Connecticut right now. It's
I was
so
gonna
good.
say, after Michigan, I lived in Connecticut. So, we're going to make a home run for suffrage. Roll.
2d8 to remove that number anywhere, no more than 2 per state.
Yep.
And you have 10.
10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to play Eye on the Future. Look through your draw deck and select 1 card and play for its event immediately, then reshuffle your draw deck.
Okay. Yeah, it feels good to see the check mark on Michigan, nothing on Pennsylvania at the moment. Yeah, but we've kind of ignored Pennsylvania.
I'm trying, okay? Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go to registration. So I roll a D8 instead.
Oh, instead of a D6 during final voting.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You do not have to move, says Timey.
Okay, do not have to move. All right, thank you, Time Roller.
And then shuffle my deck.
All right.
And then I'm going to play Jersey. To
receive
get
2 buttons. Okay. All right. I am going to play American Constitutional League for the campaigning action. So I'm going to roll 2 D12s. The card says move all your dudes. You can move all, some or none. Okay, awesome.
Thank
Easy,
you.
easy day. And we got a 3 and a 2. 3's going to the west.
'Cause
2 is going to the Midwest. Yep, because the 3, Oregon rejects. And then in the Midwest, we are going to just kick you out of Kansas.
You're so mean.
All right, to you, my dear.
Yep, I'm going to campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the shade.
Is that? There's a lot of standing up. 3,
All right,
4, and 2.
3, 4, and 2.
So we're gonna go 4.
That's in Virginia.
Virginia. 3 and 2.
All right.
So with the 4, Pennsylvania just
All right.
dropped.
Pennsylvania ratifies.
With the 3,
Virginia ratifies, and you get the card.
oh, look at that. And then with my 2, Vermont will ratify.
Okay. There you go.
So I only have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 more to go.
All right, and I have 6 more to go.
And then
Still close game, y'all.
I'm going.
You can only play one or the other on a turn. You
No,
can't
I'm
play
trying to decide which one. I said I was going to say.
both. Oh, I thought you just played one.
No, I got Virginia.
Oh, okay.
No, I played this to campaign.
Oh, you played that. Yeah, so you could play
Yeah.
one of those right now.
I will do Virginia. Draw 2, discard 1, play 1.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna play that one. I win all ties during final voting.
Oh man. Oh, this is bad for me, y'all.
I love this game.
Personally, I'm okay with that. As a player, that sucks. Okay.
Virginia's for lovers and lovers are for women's suffrage.
Right.
Amen.
Okay, I'm gonna play Senator John Weeks as campaign. I'm gonna spend a button, and we're gonna move from the plains to the northeast.
Get out.
And we'll go ahead and roll. We'll do 4 over here, 1 over here. 3 cubes in Connecticut. Connecticut has rejected.
Ooh.
And then 1 in New Hampshire.
Ooh.
And then 1 cube in... Actually, no, not 1 cube. We're going to take out a cube from Utah.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Steve!
I'm sorry, Spammy. I had to
You
do
are
it.
not sorry. You are not sorry.
I know. She hates me now. Oh, rocks and nothing good comes from Connecticut.
Wow.
Oh.
Also, I realized I've been hosing myself
How you been hosing yourself?
because I'm supposed to be rolling D6s.
Oh, you should be rolling D6s.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll... Oh, I need another D6.
There you go.
I was like, oh, dang it. Read your dang cards, you guys.
We still love you, Spammy.
So we'll put the 4 here. We'll put the 1 and 3 down here.
All right.
So Rhode Island says you're wrong.
Okay, Rhode Island says I'm wrong. Got it.
And then we'll do Delaware.
All right.
And that is
All right, and that's your turn. You're gonna play your bellwether state.
Yep. Because...
All right, so select 1 state, remove any red cubes, and add 4 of yours. All right, so New Hampshire is ratified.
Yep.
Rock says, I kid, but I'll never stop in New Haven, Connecticut to take the train to New York City again.
Okay, but that's legit.
That's legit.
We lived in like the opposite corner, so like the northeast corner, like 10 minutes from Rhode Island and 10 from Massachusetts. So that's legit.
All right. I'm going to play the ladies' battle. Draw 2 cards from your draw deck. Discard 1. Play it immediately. Ooh, I like this one. Governor Clement's veto. Replace 1 check mark in a state with 1 X. Michigan has changed its mind.
That is so mean. I worked so hard for that.
So the state you were born and the 2 states you lived in do not like you.
Right? No.
Cannon, I did.
Yes, it's going to happen.
That's great. So Spammy hates me, Rock hates me,
Everybody does.
everybody hates me.
Everybody hates you. Yeah, campaigning again because
I really appreciate that soundbite.
yeah,
It's so good.
So worth it.
Oh, what a roll.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna put a 6 up here.
Okay.
We're gonna put the 11s down here.
Wow, chat.
jungle love. Yeah. Oh, we
I think I wanna know ya.
Okay, now
Thank you, Tommy.
go back. So there's 4,
Yep, Tennessee is ratified.
and there's
Kentucky is
8.
ratified. And then you can put, so that's 2, 8.
9, 10, 11.
Okay. And then you can add 6 into the Northeast.
Yep. Massachusetts says you're a butt.
And Maine gets 2.
Maine gets 2.
All right. Ooh. This is definitely going to come down to final vote, I think.
I only need to get 8 more, but I only have 1 more turn.
All right. I am going to play United Daughters of the Confederacy. Southern strategy is in play, so I'm going to roll a D8 and add 8 cubes in the South region. No, that's just South region. I thought that was all regions. Whatever. Alabama gets 2. I'll take it.
Well, thank God for that. Okay. I'm going to campaign.
Midterm election. You're going to campaign.
Yep, and I'm going to actually spend a button.
Expect to started my life in Massachusetts, so at least we got 1.
At least we got 1. I'm going to go out to the plains.
Okay. All right, so you can spend a button to re-roll that.
No, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
5, 1, 1, because I only needed 1 more from Maryland.
Yep, so Maryland ratifies.
With my 5, those 2 are going to ratify. Because 4 in Colorado.
And 3 in Kansas.
And 3 in Kansas.
So Kansas does not ratify.
No, there was already 1 there. Oh,
no, there's 1 in Colorado.
Dang. Okay, so Kansas.
And then Colorado would get 2 more. Or 1 more.
So it's got 3. And then...
And then Maine gets one.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Man, this is not looking great for me. All right, so for my final turn, I think I have to do some last-minute campaigning. I'm going to spend a button, and I'm actually going to go out to the Midwest. Four and a 1. I got to do it. All right, so the 4 is going here. The 1's going here. So the 1 is coming out of Iowa, and Idaho has rejected.
It really is the nail biter. Like, I am so anxious right
Yep.
now.
All right. So that is the end of turn 6. So there are.
Your die out.
Yep. So that is no more. So now we go into final voting.
Yep.
So for every state that's left on the board, the cubes are going to count for the side, and you're rolling a D8 because you decided to be a butt. I'm rolling a D6, but normally we would roll D6s. Plus cubes is going to be the final outcome, and you can spend buttons to re-roll. I have 2 buttons left. Abby has 1.
I'm screaming alone in my office.
Let's go ahead and start out in the West. Utah is up for contention, so go ahead and roll. All right, so 7-3, Utah has accepted. All right.
I was like, don't put that in yours.
All right. Next is going to be Colorado.
Do New Mexico because then West.
Okay, yeah, New Mexico. All right. 5-3. New Mexico has ratified. All right, Colorado.
Yep.
9-1. Colorado has ratified. I just need you to lose 3 states.
Okay.
You need to lose 3 states. All right, so out to the Midwest, Iowa is up.
Oh no!
3-1. Oh, you have 1 button to spend. You can re-roll it. And you got... Oh, Iowa has ratified. All right, so Abby has no more buttons.
No.
Next is Missouri. Oh, I can't even beat that. So Missouri has ratified.
I need 1 more state.
Okay, going into the South, Alabama, and I have a 2-cube advantage.
I'm gonna reject. Oh, that's a 7.
Oh, I will spend to re-roll that. I will spend to re-roll it. I gotta do it. Damn it! Alabama has ratified.
And that's it.
And that's the game. Damn it.
Yes.
The patriarchy has been defeated.
I have smashed the patriarchy.
Okay, as a player,
Of course!
Of course.
as a decent human being who actually appreciates and totally supports women's rights.
Yay!
Yeah, so nail biter right down to the end. The suffragist movement has won. I only needed 3 more.
Talk about anxiety.
Yeah, and actually, there isn't even 3 states left.
West Virginia and Maine, I think, were the only ones left.
Yeah, there's only 2. Yeah, there's only 2
Yeah.
states left. But you know what? Just for funsies, since we do still have 15 minutes, just for funsies.
Okay, West Virginia.
Let's see what happens. So West Virginia.
Oh yeah, you would.
West Virginia rejects, and finally Maine, which has a 3-cube advantage.
Would have passed.
Maine ratifies,
But I don't have any more.
but you don't have any more.
Nope.
So we'll just throw 4 cubes up there.
Yep. So pretty much smooth sailing for women after that, right? Yeah, exactly. Like it's totally been.
Yeah, smooth sailing. Nothing ever happened. Like,
Nope.
yeah, like, yay,
Easy
women,
peasy.
easy peasy.
Yeah.
Like, everybody lived happily ever after.
Yep. Exactly.
And close game.
Yeah. When
Super
I tell you
close
that, like,
game.
literally, my stomach hurts from anxiety because I was so worried about losing.
Seriously, right until the end. All right, let's go back up to the main screen here. Yeah, right into the end. So, all right, now that we've actually played a full game, what do you think?
My God, it is so good. I absolutely love this game. I figured I was really gonna like it when Joe first told me about it. But 1000%, like, this is in my top 10.
Yeah.
Easily.
Like
easily in my top 10.
Yeah, right into the end, like nail biting finish. Like I'm like, okay, I knew I wasn't going to win because I didn't have a lot of cubes out on the board, and you had the D8 advantage. I'm like, this is not looking good for me. But the fact that tension can exist from this kind of game is so good. So Fort Circle Games, Ms. Tory Brown, knock this one out of the park. Yes, round of applause. Like wonderful game. Like I would take this out and play it anytime. I'd be curious to see how the 2v2 works.
I was just gonna say I really want to play it at 2v2.
Yeah, now. So actually let me look at the rules. Turk says, I'll admit I thought this looked kind of boring, but that was super fun. Definitely going on my to play list. Yeah, seriously. I mean, I think this is available now at retail. I think so. And I think on Amazon you can get a copy of this.
Sir Willem said, "What an awesome game! Gonna put this on the buy list for sure."
Yeah, seriously, absolutely put this on the buy list. Like really good. Let me look up the rules. Okay, so playing with 2 suffragist players. So one suffragist plays purple, the other plays yellow. Your buttons are pooled regardless who spends them. In setup, the purple player takes the start card. In the planning phase, each player draws 3 instead of 6, bringing the total number. So each player has 4 cards to their advantage. In the strategy phase, the yellow player has the final decision on how many buttons to commit.
Ooh.
In the operations phase, purple plays 1st, 3rd, and 5th. Yellow plays 2nd, 4th, and 6th. If playing an event that has the cube icon, the active player chooses which color cubes to place.
Interesting.
So yeah, so basically you just split your actions, which is really cool.
Tommy says definitely gives me a streamlined 1960 making of a president.
Yes, exactly. very much.
Exactly.
The organizing action, the suffragist sides take as many buttons as they have as campaigners for both. And then the lobbying action, the player rolls the lobbying action for both.
Okay.
During the cleanup phase, the players can choose to exchange their held card.
Ooh.
And you may exchange state or strategy cards with each other.
Interesting.
So state and strategy cards are per player, and those are not shared. And then in final voting, you alternate which side rolls the die.
I really want to play this at 4 players. So, like, if anybody's going to Gen Con and maybe wants to hit up a 4 player, if we can find a copy, or I might just bring this, please let me know.
Yep. Okay. And then the 2-player opposition, how this works. So in setup, 1st player takes the patriarchy. 2nd player takes an early era card as their start card.
Oh, okay.
The planning phase works the same way. So 4 apiece. Same thing with the buttons, pooled buttons. 1st plays odd, 2nd plays even. Yeah, so basically it's the same thing for each side. And then in final voting, players alternate picking states, rolling the die for their side.
Interesting.
Yeah, so really cool. Or you can team up against the Applebot too, which is kind of cool. So yeah, and then I think there is lastly there's also a you can play cooperatively. So yeah, you can play cooperatively against the Applebot.
Yeah, so yeah, you could do like 1v2, 2v2, 1v1, or 1v Applebot, or co-op versus the Applebot. So I love that it also like has a variety. Like it's truly like a 1 to 4 player. Like it's not one of those where like
so it's not like Making the President 1960 where it was, I think that's purely like 2-player.
Yeah. It was definitely who won? I did. The women won.
Yeah, Abby won at the when she
ratified.
When you got Missouri, you won the game.
Which was super exciting. Actually, rock funny because if you want to play this at Gen Con, because I'm sure that'll be the first time we actually meet, I'm 100%.
Yeah, seriously, down. we will bring this with us, and we can play this at Gen Con. Because like this will happen.
Yes, I'm all about it. Yeah, yay. Because I want to play it with more players.
Yeah. All right. So we got some time to kill. Speaking of rolling with Rock, he's going to be on after us, and we'll be raiding into him. Rock, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
So let us know what you're playing tonight, because we're gonna be raiding into you. And while he's telling us that, we'll tell y'all what we have planned for the upcoming future. So this week, tomorrow on Community Connections with Jess CCG and ourselves, we are going to be interviewing Sean Fletcher, aka Fletch from the Op. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific over on Jess's channel. Really excited to talk to him because Disney Sorcerer's Arena is one of my favorite games ever. So we're going to talk to him about that, obviously. Talk a little bit about the expansion that just came out with Buzz Lightyear, Elsa, and
hold on.
Buzz Lightyear, Elsa, and Tiana.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So we'll talk to him tomorrow. On Tuesday, I don't think we decided what we're doing Tuesday yet.
Why don't we play Sorcerer's Arena?
Okay, you know what? Why not? Abby has decided,
Fletch,
so it shall be. So Abby and I will once again butt heads and play Disney Sorcerer's Arena on Tuesday, because why the heck not?
Wednesday, I will be over on Charity Board Gamers stream.
Yeah, you got something.
I do. I'm actually so pumped to play Herstory with Danielle Reynolds and Chris, and I'm super duper stoked for that.
Yep, and that's 6 p.m. Pacific,
Yep.
9 p.m. Eastern over on Charity Board Gamers channel.
Yep. I just didn't want to forget. So.
Rock's playing Wingspan Asia, but I'm a bit under the weather, so instead just playing Wingspan Digital and opening it up to viewers if anyone wants to play. Wingspan, designed by Elizabeth Hargrave, is my number one game of all time.
So much fun.
Elizabeth Hargrave, I follow her on Twitter. She is such a delight, and Wingspan is an amazing game. So
yeah.
Stay tuned for when we raid into Rolling with Rock, so you can check him out playing some Wingspan.
When I tell you that I posted on Twitter because I'm going to start going back to the gym this week, and actually Elizabeth responded, and I was just like,
"Oh, did she really?"
She did, and I forgot to tell you. I legit I was at work, and it was like, it gave me a notification. It's like Elizabeth Hargrave, and I was like, "Oh, weird." And then I was like, "Oh my god, she responded to me."
That's awesome.
And it was totally just like this ultimate fangirl.
Yeah. Toker says, "Oh, nice. Herstory looks like a really nice and relaxing game. Excited to see that in action." Yeah. So check that out.
Pumped to play it.
The weather is holding its ugly self over lots of people right now.
That is
yeah.
true.
Rice. Nice. My signed copy of Wingspan is the treasure of my collection.
I love that.
That's fantastic. Yep, so that's on Wednesday.
Yep.
On Thursday, for the Panda and Phantom show, we are going to be inviting Danny Lowe from Hachette Games, and we're going to be taking a look at Iki from Hachette Games. So that's going to be fun. 12 p.m. Pacific on Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to close out the week with a Kickstarter preview of Dreams of Yesterday from Weird Giraffe Games. They were kind enough to send us a preview copy. The Kickstarter is going on now, I think, for another couple of weeks. But we're going to be taking a look at that on Friday. And then if you are in the Pacific Northwest area, there's a little one-day gaming con called PDX Age going on in Portland.
Yep.
So if you are there, you can come join us and Jess CCG. We're going to be there playing games because we wanted to go a couple years ago, in the before times.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance. The pandemic kind of put a kibosh on that, but now they're coming back. It's their first year back. They're doing a one-day thing, but hopefully it'll be something we can do. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, come on by.
Yes. I will be wearing a hot pink matching sweatsuit with Sailor Moon on it. You won't be able to miss it.
And you can't miss the
and
pooch.
You can't miss
it's kind of hard.
So
Toker says, so many great games. Really love Weird Giraffe.
Yeah.
Love Weird Giraffe.
I'm super pumped for this week.
Wicked and Wise totally became one of our favorite games. Fortessa is great in her own right, but the fact that Weird Giraffe picked that up and did it is so awesome. I really need to play more Weird Giraffe games. Fire in the Library that Tony did was fantastic, that he was talking about. Big Easy Busking I want to play.
That has been on our list for
it's been on our list. We really need to get that game. Because, it's about busking in New Orleans, which is really, really awesome. So, a lot of good stuff coming up this week.
Yeah. It's going to be a good week, y'all.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. See, Rock likes Big Easy Busking, so it must be a fantastic game.
Legit, the number of times that I have put it in my cart and taken it out of places is just...
Studies in Sorcery is really good. I haven't heard of that one. I'm going to check that one out.
Yeah, I'm just going to put everything on I have literally a Discord server, and it's just Joe and I literally just put the board games that I want in there.
You did that last year, and that was my shopping list for Gen Con, which was great. But since you're going to be with me at Gen Con, now you're going to be doing it for the both of us, which is fantastic.
It's really helpful because my ADHD will I forget really hardcore. That's one of my big things with my ADHD. is I'm super forgetful. Like, y'all heard the story about the blue and green board game that.
Oh God! And we finally figured out what the blue and green Scottish board game was. It wasn't even Scottish. That's the best part. So Glory Islands from Rio Grande Games was the game that Abby and I, for the longest time, were trying to figure out what it was.
Yep.
And then, like, we were at a game store, we saw it, and you're like, oh my God, it's that.
At Mox, which, funny enough, is the same store that I picked it up and was like, oh, this looks really fun. And then I put it down. And I
gave you so much crap for that. I'm like, this is not Scottish. This is not blue. This is not green. Like, if you've seen the cover for Glory Islands, it's like brown and, like, it's mainly brown green, and like a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, but it's mostly like brown and yellow. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
Yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, fine. I literally, in my Discord server, which is literally just notes for myself, anyways, 10 out of 10 do recommend if you are forgetful like me. It's just board games I want to buy, and I keep updating it with games that we've bought and like putting games on there. I literally have so many pictures in my phone.
Yeah. See, there we go. Ace Mega Herder gets it.
Yeah, and so, like, I started that. It made it a lot easier. But yeah, Gen Con, he literally just, like, scrolled down the list, and he goes, okay, I got all these ones for you.
Yeah, it made it real easy for me. And then also, I also announced this on Twitter, but I'll announce it here, too. So we're trying to get, obviously we want to increase our follower count. So once we get to 600... I will announce what games are going to be for the 750 and 1000 giveaway. So they're in cardboard boxes on my shelf.
Yep.
And if we hit 600 followers, I will announce to everybody what those giveaways are going to be. And there's some good ones.
There are some really good ones.
I'm kind of out of my mind for giving away the one I'm giving away for 1,000, but I think it'll be worth it.
So worth it.
Ty says I've been enjoying. I can never say this right, but that's Uwe's new game. I think it's Atwa. I don't know if it's a Tiwa or Atwa, but Endless Winter, Paleo Americans, and Volumino.
We picked up that Uwe game so many times.
I know, and we do love us some Uwe Rosenberg.
I'm trying to like save because I know Gen Con's coming, and so I'm like,
we've been really good not buying games before Gen Con because we know we're gonna come back with a metric like butt ton of them, and then we're probably gonna have to purge our shelves again to make room.
Yep. But on that note, if you are in the Michigan area, we sent a whole bunch of games to my cousin who just opened up Homebrew Gaming, which is I think just outside of Lansing. It's a cute little cafe. They got some fun snacks, some fun games. You can go give some of our board games some love because they are there now at their new homes.
Yep. And I see that Rock is live, so we're gonna go ahead and raid over to Rock. Again, appreciate everybody hanging out and joining us for Votes for Women. Again, if you want to check out the game, you can go to Fort Circle's website right there. Once again, big thank you to Fort Circle Games for sending us this review copy, as well as The Shores of Tripoli, which I said we were going to play in November on the Marine Corps' birthday. And I think we'll close out this episode with that. So again, thank you. Catch us on Tuesday and Friday for our normal streams, and we'll see y'all on the flip side.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.